This week in Gugu's garage, we're driving a car that's actually a favorite, but I actually would not buy with my own money. Now I say that because I'm simply not the target market for this kind of car, but I fully appreciate it for what it is. So we're driving the new Renault Duster, and it's a car that I drove about 5 years ago when the car was first launched here in South Africa. And when I drove the car, I really liked it. So this time around, we're in the second generation Renault Duster, and a lot has changed, but a lot has stayed the same. So from an exterior perspective, I think Renault has done a lot here. The previous car wasn't the most good looking car out there, but they've really improved on that in this version. So it's still a box, but they've added design flair to the design, and you've got new headlamps which have daytime running LEDs, you've got new tail lamps, and I think the rear of this car is probably by far my favorite part of the design. So the rear tail lights also have daytime running LEDs, and it's simply a much better design than the one it replaces. What made the Renault Duster a special car for me, and I guess people that bought the car at the time, was the fact that it was a crossover that offered SUV size, proportion, as well as SUV ground clearance at a fair price. And honestly, what stood out for me with this car all those years ago was that 1.5 litre diesel engine. The thing about this engine is that it's very, very economical. So in this version right here, in this car, Renault claims an average fuel economy of about 4.8 litres per 100. Now that's really, really good. Back then when I first drove the car, it still had the same 1.5 litre diesel engine, and I drove the car for a full week, 7 days. The tank was full when I received the car from Renault, and I returned the car with the tank still full. So that really says a lot about that engine. So I'm going to spend some time with the updated Renault Duster, the new car, and obviously we're going to figure out what do I like, what do I not like about the car, what's new and what's changed. My average is 3.1 litres per 100, and I haven't been the calmest driver around. I haven't been driving with a light foot. I was tempted to drive this down to Durban and see what that would look like, and you know how much fuel I would use and what kind of range I'd get. I changed my mind. I didn't do that. Anyway, that's fine. So it's still the good old economical car that I know it to be. So if you're looking for it. So let's get into the likes and dislikes of this car. The likes: design, outside, exterior, what Renault have done, the changes, the tweaks and all of that. I really like it. I like the way it looks. The door handles, for some reason, are just problematic. So with the way they've been designed, it's just a bit tricky to operate these door handles. You can pull them and they open very well, that's not an issue, but you just lose grip of them. So every time you open the door and you pull, you lose the grip, like the thing slips out of your hand every time, and it's quite an annoying thing when it happens. I would have preferred the more conventional door handle that we see and love, where you can actually put your hand in and grab the thing and pull it open. Not this style where you put your hand under and basically it's like you're grabbing a slice of polony. Renault still uses that old system, even in the previous Duster, where for cruise control you've got to press a button down here and then say set on the steering wheel. It's very, very weird. I don't know why they do that, but it is what it is. So you've got the infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and like most Renault cars that I've driven, this system, what do they call it? R-Link or something like that. It's with Apple CarPlay, it's just always glitching. The one thing about this car that, well, it got to me, I'm not gonna lie. And when I say got to me, I don't mean it in a bad way. Maybe it took the wrong turn. Is that it looks like a big car, it's got the ground clearance, and it deceives you into thinking it's a spacious car because it looks like a big car, right? Sit in the back, see what happens. So I mean, it doesn't have the greatest legroom in the rear seats, but what it lacks in legroom, it makes up for in boot space. The boots in this car is pretty big, I must say. Thoroughly impressed with that, and I just wish that they had sacrificed a bit of boot space, because it's a long boot, so it goes in quite deep. I wish that they could have sacrificed, I don't know, maybe 10 centimeters or 15 15 of boot space to allow for more legroom or something. Okay, I'm kind of stuck at a stop sign here. Doesn't look like I'm gonna move off anytime soon, but you know, patience is a virtue, they say. Don't know what it means, but that's what they say. Okay, we're gonna be here for a while, so let's talk. So for kids, younger people, can definitely fit in the back, and it's not the kind of car you're gonna fit adults in the front and in the back comfortably, but I think the Duster's not about that. The Duster is a car that offers you big car stuff at a fair price, and it's still the same here with this car. I mean, I'm in the top spec Duster, and the price for the top spec is like 404,000. Starting price. Okay, I'm gonna go. Made it. Starting price is 353,000 for the entry spec Renault Duster. So it's still very fairly priced in my opinion. Cars have gotten stupid expensive. I don't know why. So you got to factor that in as well.